What's going on, everybody? My name is Dre from SAE Institute. Now, a lot of you are asking, what is SAE? SAE is the School of Audio Engineering, and we specialize in creative media. So I definitely want to thank Ms. Santil for having me come out today, talk to you guys, and we're going to talk about creative media, we're going to talk about SAE, and we're going to talk about you guys, all right? All right. The most important question is what? Why we are here. So I'm going to tell you why we're here. There's 3 reasons. Number 1, we're going to talk about creative media in the entertainment industry. I'm also going to tell you a little bit about SAE. I'm going to talk about SAE, tell you what our school is about, who we are, what we do, and most importantly, we're going to see if this is a good fit for you. All right, guys? All right, perfect. So let's keep going. Now, I got a question. One question for you guys. How many of you are excited about this moment right here? Huh? Seeing your mama put a good weave in, you know, get the good wig out. You know, they screaming outside, Pookie, right, you know, all that good stuff, right? Making crazy noise for your family, your friends, and all that stuff, right? Well, I want to tell you guys this, and it's very important that you understand. Graduation, it's an exciting time. It's probably one of the most exciting times. But it's not just the end, it is also the beginning of a new page in life. You're ending one thing, but you're starting something new, right? That's the beauty of this thing. All right, so think about the time when you fell in love with passion. And you say, well, what is passion? Let's change that up. Think about the time you fell in love with music. Think about the time when you fell in love with a song or with a beat or a melody or a harmony. Think about that time when you got so excited. Like for me, when I was in high school, 112, when Cupid came off, my shorty getting a nice little poem, you know what I mean? Like something, right? But think about the time. Now, to me, my passion or my love is music. But to a basketball player, his three-point, swish, that's his music. To a doctor or a surgeon, his tools, that's music. To a lawyer, those legal documents is music, right? To an accountant, numbers are their music or their passion. What is your passion? What are you interested in? What do you love? What is it that when you wake up, you think about it? When you go to sleep, you think about it. If you had $1 billion, you would do it. If you had no money, you would do it. That's how you recognize what your passion is. When you recognize passion, you'll be happy, just like these young folks here. It's vitally important that you be happy in what you pursue, pursuing your passion. So, rhyme or reason. Anybody have an idea what creative media is? Anybody? Let me see a hand. Anybody? 1 hand, 2 hand. Yes, sir.
Basically, creative media is creative ideas used to entertain others.
Absolutely, absolutely. Someone else? Yes, sir.
I think creative media is when you have a good idea and present it to the public through media.
Presenting an idea through media. That's an amazing, amazing synopsis of what we do. Yes, sir. Entertaining, absolutely. That's creative media, it's media, and it's creative, absolutely. You guys are all absolutely right. So let me ask you, what about this? What about the way you speak? It's creative media, right? Yeah. Y'all know what a thought is? That's creative media, right? That's a creative word. Thought. Bling. Those are creative media words, right? Words that we've adapted into our culture and that we use. So how you speak. What about this? Y'all know Slick Rick. Huh? Bass guy, Lil B. That guy, right? Don Richard, right? But what about the way you dress? Why do you wear what you wear? Why is your style what it is? Because you see people on TV and you liked it and you said, I'm going to go get that, right? Yeah. Nobody had the high top fade till Boosie came back out with it. Iman Shumpert with the big box, you know what I mean? Norris Cole, all these guys. Why? Because we saw how they dressed, we liked it. What about the games you played, the car you drive, your favorite song? All of these are influences and outlets for creative media. Breaking Bad, a little animation. Pharrell, right? Great producer, great artist. Souping up vehicles. My ex-boo, that's Beyonce. She's not important, we'll, you know, but that's her. Right? So, I want you guys to check out this video. Great. So how you guys feel about that video? So I definitely want to talk a little bit about SAE with you guys. Now, when I say SAE, you're like, what is that? Well, SAE stands for the School of Audio Engineering. We specialize not only in audio engineering, but in creative media. We have 60 campuses throughout the world, represented in 35 countries, and we have 7 schools in the U.S. Campuses in L.A., San Fran, Chicago, New York City, Nashville, Atlanta, Georgia, and of course, Miami, Florida, right? And so you have an option to pursue your education in any of these campuses or any of these cities in the U.S. Now, SAE also is accredited, and accreditation is vitally important when you think about college and you think about going to the next level. I'll tell you why. Accreditation is what makes it able or makes you able to receive grants and loans and scholarships and other ways of funding your education. Accreditation, or what we call accreditation, is vitally important, guys. Accreditation is what separates the good schools from the schools, right? So it's vitally important. Now, who do we look for? What type of individuals do we look for? We look for students like you. Students who are what we call unsung heroes. Now, they're not unsung because they're less important. It's just that we choose as unsung heroes to take a different route to being successful versus being in front of the camera or being on the stage or being the artist. We take another road to do management and audio engineering and music production. We work on the back end or the B side of music, right? You know that tape, you got the A side, flip it over to B side, we're the B side. Cool side. Why? When you think about, give me couple names, guys, of your favorite artists, rappers, and singers. Yes. Rich Homie Quan. Lil Snoop. Young Jeezy. Iceberg. Beyonce. Kendrick Lamar. Gucci. Future. Black Thought from The Roots. That's my favorite rapper. Lil Boosie.
Lil Boosie, baby.
Yes. Who? Nas. Common, one of my other favorites. Who? What is that? Who? Woo? He's a new?
He made that song with Claus.
No. I know Billy Blue.
Yeah, I know. Migos.
Migos. You like rappers that don't use words, huh? You like Chief Keef? You like Chief Keef? Macaroni Time? August Alsina. Okay. So when you think about all these artists that you guys name, how many of you really believe that they record the song, produce the song, write the song, mix the song, package the song, pick out their clothes, all that? Lil Snoop did. He didn't do all that. He was a good rapper, but that's about it. He ain't had no image.
Yeah, he did.
That's what they were doing for him. That's why he went to a label. That's why Meek picked him up to create that. When you think about Nicki Minaj, she's a image. You really think she sits around the house like, I want pizza? Like, you really think that? Of course, you think I'm gonna eat you, I'm gonna eat you. No, that's not what it is. That's an image. That's something that's created by an unsung hero. You know Drake, but you don't know 40. You know Flo, but you don't know Freezy. You know all of these different artists who are in the limelight, but the minds and the forces behind them you may never hear of. And there's a lot of different places as well where you can be unsung heroes. Listen to the radio. DJs, radio personalities, program directors, marketing assistants, marketing business, different options in just listening to the radio. By watching the President of the United States speak. It's a very important picture here, not because it's the president, but to show you creative media at work. Notice they're all dressed the same. Notice they all kind of look the same, right? Even the placement of the water is exactly the same. For what reason? Because the idea or the concept of creative media is to show you what they want you to see and how to hear what they want you to hear. So not only do they make sure that the images are the same, somebody helps write the speeches, somebody picks out the clothes and does the makeup, and so therefore you get a consistent image of the same thing, even though this is the 60s and this is almost 50 years later, it looks almost exactly the same, right? That's what creative media does. About your favorite TV shows, guys? Scandal, Family Guy, Modern Family, Ellen. Creative media in so many different options if you're thinking about getting into television and film, post-editing, post-animation, all those different options. But our live sound engineering. It's a little different from studio engineering, but it's all about making sure that everything sounds good when you hear it, right? Yeah. About place of worship, how many of y'all go to church? Preacher got to sound good, right? You want to hear him, right? He up there like, ooh, Y'all want to know what he said, though, right? You don't just want to hear him. You want to know what's going on. Vitally important. It's a great field. But then there's some uncommon things like Fisher-Price, baby monitor and toy design. Those are vitally important. Making sure that mom hears that baby. Making sure that speaker works. It's a career. Forensic audio. We think about cases like the Trayvon Martin case. The two most important things that happened in that case were what? 2 important phone calls. Well, when those phone calls were listened back to, it wasn't a detective or a lawyer or George Zimmerman or Trayvon Martin's family. It was a forensic audio engineer, someone who specializes in audio that deals with specific crimes. It's a great way to marriage your passion for music and your passion for catching bad guys, right? You seen The Wire, speaking of forensic audio. One thing they had on The Wire was these phones that they would use and then throw them away, them Go phones. Because somebody told them that, hey, if you got an iPhone or a Samsung, if you have a battery in your phone, it can be operated from somewhere remotely. Now, that may feel like an invasion of privacy, but that'll be pretty good to keep you safe or if your phone is stolen or something like that, right, guys? What about sound and studio design? And this actually happens to be one of our classrooms and one of our campuses. But then, after you've made a few beats and a couple Grammys, right, you might want something like this. It's a different type of studio design, but it's in the same field. Now, somebody had to put this gear in. Building a studio is another type of field of creative media. Somebody had to do the interior design. That's creative media, and someone took the picture. That is also creative media. So here you have a few different options, again, of where you can put your creative ideas into a career or into something where you can also work and have a great job. About air traffic control. So air traffic control, look at this right here. This is one of the first iPads. How interesting is that? Draw right on the screen, do what you need to do right there, got a little keyboard, and then also making sure that he can communicate and connect properly. Vitally important to being successful, but also a great field for someone who's interested in maybe military and creative media. You can put your passions together. About vehicle audio design. How many of you guys like to have something like that behind you? You know, you ride through the hood and you turn up. Turn down for what? Turn up. No. But you have that option to also create something like that. So now, how many of you guys have saw a presentation from a college before? Let me see your hands. If a college is coming and talk to you. Now, what is the first thing they all tell you? Don't they all come into you and say, we're going to give you the best education? Don't they tell you that? Yeah. Don't they say, we're going to give you the best hands-on training? Yeah. Don't they tell you you'll be 2 steps ahead of all 7.5 billion people in the world, right? Yeah. Right. Well, let me tell you what. We at SAE won't guarantee you anything except this. We guarantee that we'll give you the best education possible. And we guarantee that you'll have the best hands-on training. And we pretty much can guarantee that you'll be 2 steps ahead of most other students coming out of any other creative media school in regards to what we do, and we are great at it, right? But here's the difference. Here's where it changes. The only way that you can have the best education and the best training and be 2 steps ahead is for you to take responsibility of your education. So you can get all this education, you get all this training, but if you don't take advantage of that, and if you're just regurgitating information instead of really taking it and learning it, then you're going to be lost at the end of the day. So I want you guys to take just a moment for me. I want to show you this video. I want you guys to check this out. And we'll be right back, okay?
My name is Marion Ross.
Marquita Criswell.
Daniela Rivera.
Dallin Beck.
I'm currently a student.
I'm an SAE alumni. I'm currently assistant engineer for Mixer Field Tan.
The co-chair at SAE Nashville for the ATP program.
Once you take the tour and you see it, that's all you want to do is just get in there and just start learning what all the knobs do and the faders do. And going to classes was great, but really getting into the labs and just getting your hands onto all the equipment and really learning and putting your theory into place.
During that time I was battling, like, what audio school should I go to that will, like, accommodate my performance schedule.
I ran into SAESF and I actually applied for the scholarships here. And I received both scholarships and I came on out here.
I've heard from other schools that just because they have this on their list or they have SSL or NEVE on their list, they're not necessarily getting to work with it per se, like the actual pros do.
I get to help people, I get to help students, I get to see them take their ideas and their thoughts when they first come in, mold them into careers, mold those goals into things that they can actually apply.
The opportunity that you get here is above any other school that you can go to. Coming to SAE connects you with so many resources and affiliates. For instance, like I got a chance to go to see Young Guru by being affiliated with the Recording Academy, which is Grammy U. And then also just coming to the school, they had an event to where we were Skyping with S1. You know, so we actually got to talk to him. He actually got to listen to our music. He actually gave us feedback and things like that, and I thought that that's real valuable. And I just haven't got that anywhere else but here at SAE.
Through the different seminars at SAE and really learning what it takes to be a good intern and just to show off and make a stand in the studio, that's what I did. I pretty much just followed all the advice that I was given, and I did stand out, and I was offered a job.
I think one of the biggest strengths is the interplay between the different programs and the different students in the programs. We have a music business course, we have our audio course, and I think it's really important that those things combine. You're in the thick of what is going on, so we can take classroom learning but tied into a real-world experience. If you're interested in a creative media career and you want to learn in a hands-on learning environment, something that you can actually apply to hopefully a dream or a love that you have, then I think you should come down and check it out.
So as you see here, you got a lot of different options. Maybach, Macy's, NBA, EA Sports, Canon, WorldStar, Bentley, Bad Boy, Strong Arm, IMG, Monster, Mac. You have daily contributions to many of these companies and organizations from SAE graduates. Just that simple, just that plain. One thing I like to say about SAE, and this is one of my favorite statements, we're everywhere. Because we are. Now, the biggest question is what? Why SAE? Why would I go to SAE? Why would you go to SAE? Well, let me give you a few options why. One, we have a constant and consistent creative environment. You're constantly around other individuals such as yourself who are sharp thinkers, looking for the next creative thought, the next creative invention, the next song, the next great idea, the next great graphic. You always are around other individuals who are creatively flowing just like you. Guess what that means? In a creative environment, creative things happen. 7 U.S. campuses to choose from, 53 internationally, as I mentioned before. And if you want to study a bachelor's degree, you can do that abroad, either in the UK, Australia, and there are a couple other options available for you. Now, our professors either have Grammys, they have nominations, they have plaques, and they also have extensive industry experience. So out of that mix, you're going to get a little bit of taste or different touches from all of those few different fields. The experience of being in the industry active today. The individual who knows what a Grammy feels like to actually win one. Those who have been nominated, those who have received plaques from ASCAP and BMI and CSAC, from all of the publishing companies out there, and you're going to have this experience with them for them to tell you. Now, another beautiful thing at our school is there's hands-on training, a creative class structure, and there's no cap on studio time. So at many of the creative media schools, they put you into little groups, and they tell you when you can and cannot use the studio. At our school, if there's a studio available, and we do have in some of our schools up to 13 different studios that you can work in, if there's studio time that can be booked, you can book it. And another thing that's vitally important is this. We help you with the technical aspect of this creative media. The creativity comes from you. We're not going to tell you what song. We're not going to tell you what content. We're not going to tell you how to do it. What we're going to do is say, hey, if you're going to mix a vocal, I know that's an interesting idea, but you need to turn it up so people can hear. We're going to help you focus on the technical side. The creativity is all on you. How cool is that? Now, there's a strong global alumni network. Our alumni, our graduates meet twice a year in different places. Why is that important? Well, you're in Florida now, but what if you want to move to Atlanta? How cool is it to know that you can go meet with the alumni who are already working in the Atlanta area, and now you can jump right in and get connected? How beautiful is that? Or what if you want to go to Australia? What if you want to go to India? What if you want to go to Budapest? It's the same thing. SAE, we're like everywhere, literally. Now, there's an audio production bundle as well, which is hardware and software. Now, many colleges you go to, you're going to receive books, right? A bunch of books. We get books, right? At SAE, you get one book. It's a MacBook, MacBook Pro. With that MacBook, you're going to get your software, Reason, Pro Tools, Logic, Ableton, and you're going to learn how to master these programs and learn how to use these programs right away so that you can start working in your passion. And we also have a career services and job placement. Career services and job placement support is for life, which means that if for 20 years you work in this field and then you get laid off or the studio closes, you can come right back to your school or to any of the SAEs, and their career services department will help you find another place where you can put your skills to work at. Our career services department is vitally important. We got 4 main functions. Number 1 is development. It's very important that we help you create your portfolio and creative media resume and help you understand what creative media professionalism is. Also, efficiency, learning how to effectively network in the creative media industry, right? Learning how to work with individuals in the creative media industry, that's important. Why? How much do I say? How much don't I say? What do I show? What don't I show? Understanding how to communicate, how to connect with other individuals in the same field you're in. There's also etiquette, assisting you in preparation for that big interview, making sure that you know how to present yourself. What do I say? What do I wear? How do I act? Do I slouch back in my chair? Do I sit up? Do I wear a tie? Do I wear my pants low? Like, what are the different options that I have? We'll help you understand that. And of course, responsibility. We'll give you all the tools necessary to be successful. We will give you every tool that we have in our toolkit to make you successful. But at the end of the day, who is it up to, guys? Me. Who? Me. You. That's right. It's up to you to make that either a success or a failure. Now, as I mentioned before, when it comes to education, something very important, that word is accreditation. Because we are nationally accredited by the ACICS, that gives us the ability to give you extended options in funding your education. That means that if you apply for grants, if you apply for loans, you do your FAFSA, you get scholarships, all of these options that are available to you. If you apply and you're eligible and you complete, then you bring that to us at the school, or you work with our admissions reps and our student finance department at our school, and we'll help you understand how you're going to fund your education. We don't want you thinking about that by yourself or trying to figure that out on your own. That's what our student finance department is for, to make sure that you're equipped to understand how you're going to fund your education. It's vitally important. Now, this is my last part, my favorite part to talk to you guys about. It's called In the Loop. So, question number 1, what is your passion? With a show of hands, not everybody at the same time. What's your passion? Technology. Entertainment.
My passion is fashion.
Fashion.
My passion is rapping. I love rapping.
Rapping?
My passion is music. I'm super excited about music.
Music. Rapping and singing. Turn up. Turning up. Dancing. Those are all great passions. Those are all great passions. Now, in regards to your passion, and this being completely subjective, this being completely about you, my question is this. What's your definition of success? Wealth. Someone else.
Being financially stable and being put in a position where the whole world can feel you.
Financial stability and being in a position where the world can hear what you got to say. At the end of the day, you made it. Yes, sir.
High class and middle class.
High class and middle class. That's success. Some people it is. That's absolutely correct. Success is subjective. It's looking at your own life and seeing what you want to do next or meeting your goals or your expectations. So what about getting your family out of the hood? That's success, right? Yeah. What about living where you want to live? That's success, right? Yeah. What about eating what you want to eat? Driving what you want to drive? Wearing what you want to wear? Want to go in the mall, spend a couple racks, do your thing, go to the crib. You don't like it? Go buy some more, right? That might be success. But success is subjective. Success is, some people want to wake up when they want to. What if you don't want to wake up till 4 in the afternoon, then do something that makes you successful where you don't have to get up till 4 in the afternoon. It's that easy, right? Success is subjective. What about graduating from high school? That's success, right? What about getting accepted into college? That's success, right? So there's a lot of things that we can see as success. Next question. What would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? Keep trying. Yes, sir. Keep moving forward. Yes. Go hard. Do everything. Be prepared for the next challenge. If you couldn't fail and you woke up with a great invention, would you do it? If you woke up with a cure to cancer, would you put it together? If you could cure AIDS and heal a bunch of babies, would you do it? If you could find a way to feed all them hungry big belly kids in Africa, would you do it? You'd do it, right? So who told you that you couldn't do these things? Yourself. The government, teachers, haters, friends, family. Yourself. The truth of the matter is this. There's only one person, only one, that can stop you from being and doing whatever it is that you desire to do. You know who that is? Yourself. That's why I asked this question. What's going to be your story? Every day that you wake up, think about life like this. You're handed a book. You're handed a pen. Every day when you wake up, you open up that book and you begin to write. Going to be late for school today. Going to steal a cell phone. I'm going out thotting. But you write out all of these different things. But in 5 years, when you go for that dream job, guess what they're going to ask to read? Your story. When you go to college, guess what they're going to ask for? Your transcript. That's your story.
Thank you.
When you meet a new guy, a new girl, what you going to ask them?
Is that your real hair?
Is that your real hair? Are you a thought? Did y'all see I said that? Are you a thought? Got to have the T at the end. Do you have children? Where's your family from? What are your future plans? What are you doing in the next 5 years? What college you going to? Where your people from? You know what I mean? Like, we ask all these different questions. I don't know my daddy, you don't know your daddy. Do we got the same daddy? Like, we ask questions, right? We try to figure it all out. But that's your story, right? Now, my question is this. Where or what is the richest place in the world? China. Dubai. Walmart. Wally World.
The people that issue the food stamps.
The people that issue food stamps.
KOD, man.
KOD. About Africa, Europe, Asia. Say it one more time, my man. He said the Illuminati. Ain't what you said last time. The graveyard. The graveyard is the richest place in the world. You know why? Because more people have went to the graveyard with dreams never fulfilled, songs they never sung, books and music they never wrote, movies they never produced or shot, cures they never wrote out, inventions they never invented. People die every day not fulfilling their dreams because they went away from their passion, they stopped caring about success, someone told them they would fail, and therefore they let that dictate their story. So it's very important that you pursue your passion, that you pursue success, whatever that may be to you, that you recognize that it is impossible for you to fail if you put your effort into it, and you'll have one of the greatest stories ever written, right? Yeah. So, thank you guys so much. My name is Dre from SAE, and you guys have a great day, all right?